Have you ever wondered why the wisest people are often the ones who speak the least? In today's modern world, where everyone wants to voice their opinions, argue, and prove themselves, silence is often misunderstood as weakness or avoidance. But is that really the case? Or could silence be the ultimate expression of inner strength and self-mastery? Imagine yourself in the middle of a heated debate. Words fly back and forth, emotions run high, and you feel an irresistible urge to fire back. But what would happen if you chose to remain silent instead? Not only would you preserve your peace of mind, but you would also compel others to reflect on your true value. This isn't weakness, it's profound wisdom. According to Stoic philosophy, taught by great thinkers like Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus, silence is a powerful tool. It doesn't just keep your soul steady amidst life's storms, but also elevates you in the eyes of others. In today's video, we'll uncover 5 key situations where silence can transform you into the best version of yourself. These aren't just theoretical tips disconnected from reality. Each situation is vividly illustrated with real-life stories and practical examples that you can apply in your daily life. From staying silent when offended, to mastering silence in conflicts, to using it as a tool for observation and learning, you'll discover how silence can become your secret weapon for personal growth and resilience. If you're ready to embark on this journey, don't forget to hit like, leave a comment saying, "I'm ready to unlock the power of silence," and subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. Remember, sometimes power lies not in what you say, but in what you choose not to say. Let's embark on this journey to master the art of silence, a profound secret that will not only protect your inner peace, but also unlock the door to a more meaningful and fulfilling life. Now, let's dive into the first situation: silence when criticized. Why this is the pinnacle of inner strength. Stay tuned. Silence, when criticized, the pinnacle of inner strength. Imagine this. You're in a meeting and someone publicly criticizes your work in front of your colleagues. Your heart races, anger bubbles up, and you feel the need to defend yourself instantly. After all, it's human nature to respond to protect your reputation and pride. But what if I told you that the most powerful response you could give in that moment is none at all? Silence, when faced with criticism, is not weakness. It is the ultimate display of inner strength and control. It's a decision to rise above the provocation, to show composure, and to maintain your inner peace despite external chaos. Let's explore why silence is so powerful in the face of criticism and how you can harness it to your advantage. The Stoics believed that while we can't control what others say or do, we can control how we respond. Epictetus famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Criticism is inevitable in life, but how you handle it defines your character. When you respond to criticism with silence, you accomplish several things. You disarm the critic. Criticism often seeks a reaction, whether it's to provoke anger, spark an argument, or gain control. By staying silent, you refuse to give the critic the satisfaction of your emotional reaction. You protect your peace. Silence creates a barrier between the critic's words and your inner self. You don't allow their negativity to disrupt your mental state. You gain time to reflect. Instead of reacting impulsively, silence gives you a moment to evaluate the situation, analyze the criticism, and decide on the best course of action. When silence speaks louder than words. The professional setting. Imagine a manager publicly critiquing your idea during a team meeting. The immediate reaction might be to counter their points or defend your position. However, by staying silent, you demonstrate composure and self-restraint. Your colleagues notice your calm demeanor, and the manager may reconsider their approach. Afterward, you can address the feedback constructively in private, showing maturity and professionalism. Personal relationships. In family or romantic relationships, criticisms can often come from a place of emotion rather than reason. A harsh word spoken in the heat of the moment doesn't need an equally harsh reply. By choosing silence, you diffuse the tension, giving both parties a chance to cool down. Later, with clarity, you can have a meaningful conversation to resolve the issue. Public criticism or social media. In the age of online discourse, criticism can often be harsh and public. Reacting impulsively to a negative comment can escalate the situation, drawing more negativity. However, choosing not to respond can preserve your dignity and energy, as silence often makes unfounded criticism lose its momentum. The Stoic principle of the dichotomy of control is central here. Marcus Aurelius reminds us in Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." When faced with criticism, ask yourself, is this within my control? Oh, you cannot control what others think or say about you. Is this criticism valid? Oh, not all criticism is baseless. Silence gives you the space to discern constructive feedback from meaningless negativity. By focusing on what you can control, your reaction, you reclaim power over the situation. Silence is a skill, and like any skill, it requires practice and intention. Here's how you can cultivate this strength. 1. Pause before reacting. When criticized, take a deep breath and resist the urge to respond immediately. Count to 10 if necessary. This pause allows your emotions to settle, preventing an impulsive reaction. 2. Shift your perspective. View criticism as an opportunity for growth rather than an attack. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Even if the delivery is harsh, there might be a valuable lesson hidden in the critique. 3. Build emotional resilience. Practice mindfulness or meditation to strengthen your ability to remain calm under pressure. Regular reflection on your values and goals can also help you stay grounded when criticized. 4. Choose your battles. Not every criticism requires a response. Ask yourself if engaging will add value or if it will only waste your time and energy. Silence often speaks louder than words. 5. Communicate strategically. When you do decide to respond, do so thoughtfully and calmly. For example, a simple "thank you for your feedback, I'll consider it" can diffuse tension and show professionalism. Many people fear silence in the face of criticism because it feels like conceding or admitting fault. However, it's the opposite. Silence demonstrates confidence and emotional intelligence. It shows that you are secure enough in your self-worth that you don't need to react to every negative remark. The Stoics believed that true strength lies in controlling oneself, not others. By mastering the art of silence, you not only protect your peace, but also project an image of unshakable inner strength. Consider the example of a leader who remains silent in the face of criticism. Instead of lashing out or defending themselves, they listen intently. Their silence shows they value others' perspectives, even if critical. This approach often turns critics into allies and earns respect from observers. As Marcus Aurelius, one of history's greatest leaders, wrote, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." Silence allows you to rise above the fray, maintaining dignity and earning admiration. Choosing silence in the face of criticism doesn't just benefit you mentally and emotionally, it has practical advantages too. Enhanced relationships. Silence prevents arguments from escalating and fosters mutual understanding. Professional growth. A calm and composed demeanor under criticism reflects well on your character, making you a valued colleague or leader. Mental clarity. By not reacting impulsively, you preserve your energy for what truly matters. The next time you face criticism, remember this: your silence is not a sign of defeat but a declaration of strength. It's a way of saying, I am in control of myself, and I refuse to let negativity define me. As we've seen, silence allows you to disarm critics, maintain your peace, and reflect on what truly matters. It aligns perfectly with the Stoic principles of self-mastery, resilience, and wisdom. So, how will you choose to respond the next time criticism comes your way? Will you let anger dictate your reaction, or will you choose the path of silence, the path of true strength? Let's move forward to the next powerful situation. Silence in conflict. How to use stillness to resolve disputes and strengthen relationships. Stay tuned. Silence in conflict. The art of resolving disputes with stillness. Conflict is an inevitable part of life. Whether it's a minor disagreement with a loved one or a heated argument at work, we all find ourselves in situations where emotions run high and words can quickly spiral out of control. In these moments, the instinct to defend ourselves or retaliate often feels overwhelming. But what if the most effective way to handle conflict isn't through words at all, but through silence? Silence in the midst of conflict isn't about conceding defeat or avoiding the issue. Instead, it's a deliberate act of self-control and wisdom, allowing you to rise above the chaos, assess the situation with clarity, and respond in a way that preserves relationships and your inner peace. Let's delve into why silence can be such a powerful tool during conflicts and how to use it effectively. Diffuses tension. When arguments escalate, emotions often overshadow reason. Silence acts as a cooling balm, diffusing the intensity of the situation and preventing further escalation. By choosing to pause instead of reacting impulsively, you create space for emotions to settle on both sides. Demonstrates emotional mastery. In moments of conflict, maintaining composure is a sign of strength. Silence shows that you are in control of your emotions, not controlled by them. This often commands respect from others, even those who disagree with you. Encourages reflection. When you stay silent, it forces others to pause and reconsider their own words and actions. In many cases, people realize their mistakes or soften their tone when they don't meet immediate resistance. Prevents regretful words. Words spoken in anger often lead to regret. Silence protects you from saying something hurtful or damaging that might strain relationships further. The Stoics taught that conflict is often fueled by our inability to control our reactions. Epictetus reminds us, when someone criticizes you, don't respond immediately. Give yourself time to reflect before speaking. This advice is as relevant today as it was in ancient times. Marcus Aurelius, another great Stoic philosopher, emphasized the importance of viewing conflicts objectively. You always have the option of having no opinion. There is never any need to get worked up or to trouble your soul about things you cannot control. This perspective encourages us to detach from the emotional chaos of conflict and focus on what truly matters, maintaining our inner calm and seeking solutions instead of victory. When silence speaks louder than words. In workplace conflicts, imagine you're in a meeting and a colleague harshly criticizes your work in front of others. Your immediate reaction might be to defend yourself, but what if you chose silence instead? By not reacting, you demonstrate professionalism and composure. After the meeting, you can address the issue privately in a calm and constructive manner, showing maturity and a focus on solutions rather than confrontation. In family disputes. Conflicts within families can be emotionally charged. Whether it's a disagreement between siblings or an argument with your partner, silence can prevent unnecessary escalation. For example, if a loved one says something hurtful in anger, responding with silence gives them time to reflect and often leads to an apology or a more meaningful conversation later. In social media debates, the online world is rife with heated arguments and polarizing opinions. Engaging in these often leads to frustration and wasted energy. Choosing silence, by stepping away or not responding, can preserve your peace and prevent unnecessary stress. Practical steps to practice. Silence in conflict. 1. Pause and breathe. When a conflict arises, take a moment to pause and focus on your breath. This simple act helps calm your nervous system and gives you time to think before responding. 2. Listen actively. Silence doesn't mean ignoring the other person. Use the opportunity to truly listen to their perspective. This not only helps you understand their point of view, but also diffuses their anger as they feel heard and validated. 3. Detach emotionally. Practice viewing the situation as an outsider. Ask yourself, how would a neutral observer perceive this conflict? This detachment helps you respond rationally rather than emotionally. 4. Use silence as a signal. Sometimes, silence can be a way to communicate that the conversation needs to pause. For instance, if the argument becomes too heated, saying, "I need a moment to think about this," and staying silent can signal your intention to approach the issue thoughtfully. 5. Reflect before responding. Before you say anything, consider, will my words contribute to resolving the conflict, or will they fuel it further? If the answer is the latter, choose silence until you can articulate your thoughts clearly. Silence doesn't just benefit you, it influences the entire dynamic of the conflict. Here's how. It sets a positive example. When you choose silence, others often mirror your calm demeanor, leading to a more productive discussion. It preserves relationships. By avoiding impulsive, hurtful remarks, you protect the bond you share with the other person. It fosters respect. People admire those who can stay composed under pressure. Silence in conflict often earns you greater respect from others. Stories of silence. Wisdom in action. The wise leader. A CEO faced harsh criticism during a company-wide meeting. Instead of defending himself, he chose silence, listened carefully, and thanked the employee for their feedback. Later, he addressed the issue privately and resolved the problem. This act not only diffused the tension, but also strengthened his reputation as a calm and thoughtful leader. The patient partner. During a heated argument, a husband chose silence when his wife's emotions were running high. He listened patiently, acknowledged her feelings, and waited until she calmed down to respond. This approach turned what could have been a prolonged fight into a constructive conversation. Common misconceptions about silence in conflict. 1. Silence means weakness. Many believe that staying silent means surrendering or being passive. On the contrary, silence requires immense strength and self-control. It's a strategic choice, not an act of avoidance. 2. Silence solves nothing. Silence isn't about ignoring the problem, but creating space to address it thoughtfully. It's the pause that allows for clarity and constructive dialogue. Conflict resolution isn't about winning or losing, it's about understanding, compromise, and growth. Silence plays a crucial role in this process. It gives both parties the opportunity to cool down and reflect. It shifts the focus from emotional reactions to logical problem-solving. It allows for a more thoughtful and empathetic response. The next time you find yourself in a conflict, remember that silence is not a retreat. It's a choice. It's the decision to prioritize peace over pride, understanding over impulsiveness. By mastering the art of silence in conflict, you not only resolve disputes more effectively, but also grow as a person. As Marcus Aurelius said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Choose silence, and you choose strength. In our next segment, we'll explore another profound application of silence. Knowing when to speak and when to stay silent, how to master the balance for true wisdom. Stay tuned. Silence, when there's nothing valuable to say, the wisdom of restraint. In today's fast-paced world, where opinions are shared at lightning speed and conversations are often dominated by noise, the ability to remain silent when you have nothing meaningful to say is a rare and powerful skill. Silence in these moments isn't just a lack of words, it's a sign of wisdom, self-control, and respect for yourself and others. Stoic philosophy teaches us that words should serve a purpose. Marcus Aurelius reminds us in Meditations, "Let your speech be better than silence, or be silent." In this section, we'll explore why choosing silence when you have nothing valuable to contribute is one of the most profound ways to elevate your personal value and deepen your connections with others. Social media, endless group chats, and constant notifications have created a world where everyone feels the need to voice their thoughts on every topic. But how often do these words truly add value? How often are they spoken simply to fill the void or to prove a point? Empty words not only waste time, but also dilute the power of meaningful contributions. By speaking without purpose, we risk losing the respect and attention of others. In contrast, silence allows us to conserve energy, listen deeply, and speak only when our words carry weight. The Stoics understood the immense power of words and the importance of using them wisely. Epictetus famously said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." This simple reminder encourages us to prioritize listening and understanding over speaking impulsively. When we choose silence, we embrace the Stoic virtue of temperance, exercising moderation in all things, including our speech. Silence becomes a tool for reflection and a shield against unnecessary conflict or misunderstanding. Wexander namentacatu oris tantamtus. Silence when you're unsure of the facts. In discussions or debates, it's better to remain silent than to spread misinformation or make statements you might later regret. Silence shows humility and a willingness to learn rather than pretending to know everything. When emotions are running high. Words spoken in anger or frustration often escalate conflicts. Silence allows you to process your emotions before responding, ensuring your words are thoughtful and constructive. When others are speaking, interrupting others not only disrupts the flow of conversation, but also shows a lack of respect. Choosing silence demonstrates active listening and a genuine interest in understanding others' perspectives when the conversation lacks depth. In situations where the discussion is superficial or unproductive, silence can shift the focus back to meaningful dialogue. Practical benefits of silence preserves energy. Speaking consumes mental energy. By staying silent when unnecessary, you conserve your energy for more important matters. Enhances your credibility. People are more likely to listen when you speak sparingly and with purpose. Silence builds an air of thoughtfulness and authority, deepens relationships. When you listen more and speak less, others feel heard and valued, strengthening your connections. Improves decision-making. Silence creates space for reflection, helping you think clearly and make better choices. Real-life scenarios. The power of restraint. In meetings or group discussions, picture a meeting where everyone is rushing to share their opinions. The room becomes noisy and meaningful ideas are drowned out. Now imagine you choose to remain silent, observing the discussion and carefully crafting your response. When you finally speak, your words cut through the noise, offering clarity and insight. This approach not only highlights your thoughtfulness, but also positions you as someone whose contributions truly matter. In social gatherings. In a lively social setting, it's tempting to join every conversation, even when you have little to add. However, choosing silence in such moments can make your occasional input more impactful. People are drawn to those who speak with intention, valuing quality over quantity. In personal relationships, during arguments or sensitive discussions, silence can be a powerful tool for diffusing tension. By pausing to listen rather than reacting impulsively, you show empathy and a willingness to understand. This often leads to deeper, more meaningful conversations. How to cultivate the habit of meaningful silence practice. Active listening. Train yourself to focus entirely on the speaker without planning your response while they're talking. This helps you absorb the full message and respond more thoughtfully. Reflect before speaking. Before you say anything, ask yourself, does this add value? Is it necessary? Will it contribute to the conversation or resolution? Embrace pauses. Silence during conversations can feel uncomfortable, but it often creates space for deeper reflection and thought. Don't rush to fill every gap with words. Set personal boundaries. In situations where discussions become unproductive or toxic, it's okay to excuse yourself or remain silent. Your peace of mind is more valuable than engaging in fruitless debates. Journal your thoughts. If you feel the urge to express yourself but aren't sure it's the right time, write your thoughts down. This helps you process emotions and refine your message before sharing it. The ancient Greeks believed that wisdom begins with recognizing what you don't know. By speaking less and listening more, you create opportunities to learn, grow, and gain a deeper understanding of the world around you. Consider the behavior of great leaders and thinkers. They don't dominate conversations or speak for the sake of being heard. Instead, they listen attentively, choose their words carefully, and speak only when their insights can make a meaningful impact. In today's digital age, where opinions are broadcasted instantly and debates often devolve into shouting matches, silence has become a rare and valuable skill. Choosing not to engage in every conversation, especially those driven by ego or negativity, is a sign of wisdom and restraint. As Seneca once said, the greatest remedy for anger is delay. Silence allows us to delay our reactions, ensuring our words align with our values and intentions. Silence, when there's nothing valuable to say, is not just an absence of speech. It's a powerful presence of thoughtfulness and self-control. It reflects a commitment to meaningful communication and a refusal to contribute to the noise of the world. By practicing silence, you demonstrate respect for yourself and others, deepen your relationships, and preserve your mental energy for what truly matters. The next time you find yourself tempted to speak simply to fill the silence, pause and ask yourself, is this necessary? Does this add value? In doing so, you'll discover the profound power of restraint and the wisdom of silence. In the next segment, we'll explore another transformative use of silence, observing and learning, how silence unlocks deeper understanding and personal growth. Stay tuned. Silence to observe and learn, unlocking deeper understanding. In the chaotic rush of modern life, we are constantly bombarded with information, conversations, and opinions. In this overwhelming sea of noise, the ability to stay silent and simply observe has become a rare but invaluable skill. Silence isn't just the absence of speech, it's the presence of awareness. It's about pausing long enough to absorb, understand, and learn. The Stoics regarded silence as a tool for gaining wisdom. By choosing to remain quiet, you create space for reflection, insight, and growth. As Epictetus famously said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." In this section, we'll explore how silence can sharpen your observational skills, deepen your understanding, and transform the way you engage with the world. Silence creates a unique kind of clarity. When you choose not to speak, you're not just holding back words, you're making room for insight. Observation is about more than seeing. It's about noticing. It's about understanding the subtle cues, the unspoken emotions, and the patterns that others miss in their rush to fill the silence. 1. Understanding people. Silence allows you to focus on others rather than yourself. You notice body language, tone of voice, and unspoken tensions that reveal more than words ever could. For example, in a heated discussion, observing someone's facial expressions or gestures often tells you more about their true feelings than their words. 2. Recognizing opportunities. When you're not preoccupied with speaking, you're more likely to spot opportunities others overlook. Silence opens your mind to possibilities that constant chatter might drown out. 3. Gaining perspective. Observation leads to a broader view of situations. Instead of reacting impulsively, silence gives you the time to process and respond thoughtfully. The Stoics emphasized humility in the pursuit of knowledge. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You can learn something from everyone." This humility begins with silence, acknowledging that you don't have all the answers and creating space to absorb wisdom from others. The act of listening and observing is deeply tied to the Stoic principle of self-improvement. By staying silent, you resist the urge to dominate conversations or impose your views. Instead, you prioritize understanding over assertion. Practical applications of silent observation. In the workplace. Imagine you're in a meeting where colleagues are debating a project's direction. Instead of jumping in with your opinion, you take a step back and observe. You notice that one team member has a valuable idea but is hesitant to voice it. By listening and observing, you can later support their point, adding depth to the discussion and fostering collaboration. In relationships. Silence in personal relationships can be transformative. For example, during an argument, instead of reacting emotionally, choose to listen and observe. Often you'll notice underlying emotions, fear, frustration, or hurt that aren't being explicitly stated. This awareness allows you to address the root cause rather than just the surface disagreement. In social settings. At gatherings, the most insightful person is often the one who speaks the least but observes the most. By silently watching group dynamics, you can understand personalities, alliances, and unspoken tensions, giving you a deeper grasp of the social landscape. How to cultivate the habit of silent observation practice. Mindful listening. Make a conscious effort to focus on what others are saying without thinking about how you'll respond. Pay attention to their words, tone, and body language. Embrace pauses. Don't rush to fill every silence. Allow moments of quiet to unfold naturally. They often lead to deeper insights and reflections. Journaling your observations. After a significant interaction or event, take a few minutes to write down what you observed. This practice sharpens your awareness and helps you recognize patterns over time. Set an intention to learn. Before entering any conversation or situation, remind yourself that your goal is to learn, not to dominate. This mindset shifts your focus from speaking to observing. The hidden benefits of silent observation. Enhanced emotional intelligence. By observing others without interrupting, you develop a deeper understanding of their emotions and motivations, which strengthens your relationships. Better decision-making. Silence gives you time to process information and consider all angles before acting. This leads to more thoughtful and effective decisions. Increased respect. People respect those who listen more than they talk. Silent observers are often seen as wise, thoughtful, and composed. Inner growth. Observation through silence isn't just about understanding others, it's also about understanding yourself. By observing how you react internally to different situations, you gain insight into your own habits, triggers, and values. Stories of silent observation. The wise mentor. In a team brainstorming session, a senior mentor chose to remain silent while others debated. Instead of interjecting, he observed the conversation, noting key ideas and dynamics. When he finally spoke, his words were concise, insightful, and tied together the team's scattered thoughts. His silence amplified the impact of his contribution. The patient parent. A parent noticed their teenager withdrawing and becoming less communicative. Instead of pressing for answers or offering unsolicited advice, the parent chose to silently observe, paying attention to the child's mood and actions. Over time, this quiet observation helped the parent identify stressors in the child's life, leading to a more empathetic and supportive conversation. Silence, when used to observe and learn, is a profound tool for personal growth and understanding. It allows you to tune into the nuances of life that others miss in their rush to speak. By choosing silence, you cultivate patience, humility, and awareness, qualities that not only enhance your relationships but also deepen your own self-awareness. The next time you find yourself in a conversation or situation, resist the urge to fill the silence. Instead, pause, observe, and listen. You'll be amazed at how much you can learn and how much wiser your eventual responses will be. In the next segment, we'll explore another transformative aspect of silence, using silence as a response to criticism, how to maintain inner peace and project confidence. Stay tuned. Silence to cultivate inner peace, a path to serenity. In a world filled with endless noise, constant demands, and unpredictable challenges, inner peace can seem like an elusive goal. Yet, the key to cultivating this serenity lies in something as simple and profound as silence. Silence is not merely the absence of sound, it is the intentional act of stepping away from the chaos and finding stillness within. It is a moment of respite where clarity, calm, and balance emerge. The Stoics viewed inner peace as essential for a meaningful life. They understood that external events are beyond our control, but the state of our inner world is entirely up to us. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." Let us explore how silence can serve as the gateway to this retreat and help you build a foundation of enduring inner peace. The role of silence in inner peace. Silence is more than just a break from noise. It is an opportunity to reflect, recharge, and realign with your values. In silence, you can distance yourself from the pressures of daily life and reconnect with your true self. Silence as a sanctuary. In moments of silence, you create a space free from distractions and external influences. This space becomes a sanctuary where you can process your thoughts, let go of negativity, and restore balance. Silence to calm the mind. The mind is often a whirlwind of thoughts, worries about the future, regrets from the past, and countless trivial distractions. Silence helps quiet this mental chatter, bringing a sense of calm and focus. Silence for emotional regulation. In the heat of emotion, reacting impulsively can lead to regret. Silence gives you a pause to acknowledge and understand your feelings before they control your actions. How to use silence to cultivate inner peace. Create daily. Quiet time. Set aside a few minutes each day to sit in silence. Whether it's through meditation, prayer, or simply closing your eyes and breathing deeply, this practice helps anchor you amidst life's chaos. Disconnect from noise. Take regular breaks from technology, social media, and other sources of constant input. A digital detox, even for an hour, can work wonders for your mental clarity. Practice mindful silence. Silence is most powerful when paired with mindfulness. Focus on your breath, the sensations in your body, or the sounds of nature around you. This helps ground you in the present moment. Journal your reflections. After a period of silence, write down your thoughts and feelings. This can help you process emotions, identify patterns, and gain deeper insights into your inner world. Benefits of silence for inner peace. Reduced stress. Silence activates the parasympathetic nervous system, helping your body relax and recover from stress. It lowers cortisol levels, reducing anxiety and tension. Enhanced clarity. In the quiet, you gain perspective. Silence helps you distinguish between what truly matters and what's merely noise, enabling you to make better decisions. Strengthened self-awareness. By tuning out external distractions, you become more attuned to your inner thoughts, emotions, and values. This self-awareness is the foundation of lasting inner peace, improved resilience. Silence teaches you to remain calm and composed, even in the face of challenges. It builds emotional resilience, allowing you to navigate life's ups and downs with grace. Examples of silence leading to peace. The composed leader. Imagine a leader faced with a critical decision amidst chaos. Instead of reacting impulsively, they retreat into silence, reflecting on their values and to the long-term impact of their choices. This calm approach not only resolves the crisis effectively, but also inspires confidence in their team. The grounded parent. A parent overwhelmed by the demands of family life takes a moment of silence each morning to center themselves. This simple practice allows them to approach the day with patience, presence, and positivity. The reflective individual. A person dealing with grief or a significant loss uses silence to process their emotions and find solace. In the stillness, they discover strength and acceptance, allowing them to heal and move forward. For many, silence can feel uncomfortable, even unsettling. The modern world conditions us to be constantly engaged, making stillness seem foreign. However, this discomfort is a sign of growth. It's an opportunity to confront and overcome the inner turmoil that often gets drowned out by noise. The more you practice silence, the more natural and comforting it becomes. Over time, silence transforms from something to avoid into something you eagerly seek. Silence is a powerful tool for cultivating inner peace. It allows you to step away from the chaos, reconnect with yourself, and build resilience against life's challenges. In the stillness, you find clarity, strength, and the serenity to navigate life with grace. The next time life feels overwhelming, remember, peace is not found in the absence of problems, but in the presence of a calm and quiet mind. Make silence a part of your daily routine and watch as it transforms not only your inner world, but also the way you engage with the world around you. Silence is not a sign of weakness or avoidance, but a testament to inner strength, emotional control, and profound understanding. In modern life, where everyone seeks to be heard and prove their point, silence can often be the most powerful way to affirm your value. As Stoic philosophy teaches, knowing when to stay silent helps not only to protect your inner peace, but also to enhance your value in the eyes of others. From handling conflicts to staying calm when offended, silence is a tool for building deeper and more meaningful relationships. In a world filled with chaos and noise, choosing silence when you have nothing valuable to say is a way to maintain clarity and self-respect. Silence also offers a chance for reflection, understanding, and self-connection, allowing you to grow mentally and spiritually, ultimately leading to a more fulfilling life. If you're searching for a method to better yourself and live more profoundly, consider incorporating these lessons into your daily life. Stoic philosophy is not about rigid rules, but gentle reminders that sometimes saying nothing at all is the most powerful way to say everything. If you found this video meaningful and feel it can transform how you approach life, hit the subscribe button to ensure you never miss future content. We are building a community of people who share the values of living a meaningful and resilient life, and we'd love for you to be part of it. Don't forget to leave a comment sharing your thoughts on silence. When have you found it most useful in your life? Also, share this video with friends or loved ones to spread these positive values together. Be the first to lead the journey toward living a valuable, meaningful life guided by Stoic philosophy.